Welcome to this channel. We are pleased to have you as part of our dear audience. Please get yourself comfortable, have a cup of coffee or your favorite tea, relax, and we hope that you enjoy this video.
Welcome to our deep dive. You sent over some really interesting articles on sugar reduction. Looks like you're on a quest for a healthier lifestyle. So today, we're going to try to break down some of the key takeaways and maybe even uncover some surprising connections you didn't expect.
Yeah, there are definitely more layers to this topic than people realize, and I think you'll find the specifics really eye-opening.
Okay, so let's start with something that might seem obvious. Weight management. Less sugar, fewer calories, that's a given, right? But these articles highlight a nuance I hadn't thought much about before, the impact on where that fat is stored.
Yeah, that's right. That's where things get interesting. Cutting back on sugar seems to be particularly effective at reducing visceral fat, the kind that accumulates around your organs. And that's the type of fat most strongly linked to serious health problems, like heart disease and type 2 diabetes.
So even if the scale isn't showing a dramatic difference, reducing sugar could mean big improvements internally. That's a bit of a wake-up call.
Absolutely. Plus, there's the hormonal aspect to consider. Excess sugar can disrupt the balance of hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which regulate feelings of fullness and hunger. Reducing sugar can help restore that balance, making it easier to control cravings and manage your weight long term.
So it's not just about willpower, but actually working with your body's natural systems. Now, I'm curious about something else I saw mentioned, sugar and mental clarity. It's one thing to feel sluggish after a sugar crash, but these articles suggest a deeper impact on mood and even cognitive function.
Yeah, the connection between sugar and mental health is definitely an area of growing research. Studies have linked high sugar intake to an increased risk of depression and other mood disorders. And when you consider the impact of unstable blood sugar on energy levels and focus, it makes sense that reducing sugar could lead to improvements in those areas as well.
So it's not just about feeling down, but potentially impacting your ability to concentrate and think clearly. This goes way beyond just having a sweet tooth.
Exactly. And one aspect that stood out to me in these articles was the discussion of fructose specifically and its impact on the liver.
Okay, I have to admit, when I think of sugar, I don't usually think liver. Explain that connection for me.
Well, fructose is primarily processed by the liver. When we consume too much, it can lead to a buildup of fat in the liver, a condition known as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. What's remarkable is that reducing sugar intake, especially fructose, can have a rapid and positive impact on liver function.
One of the studies even mentioned showed significant improvement in just 9 days. That's incredible. I'm starting to see how interconnected this all is. We've touched on weight, mental clarity, and now liver health.
And we're only just getting started. There's so much more to unpack about the far-reaching impact of sugar reduction.
Well, you've definitely piqued my curiosity. Let's keep diving in. So we've been talking about how reducing sugar impacts everything from fat storage to liver function. But one of the articles mentioned something I hadn't considered before, the link between sugar and our immune system.
Yeah, it is pretty fascinating, isn't it? You wouldn't think something as seemingly harmless as like a sugary treat could have such a significant impact on our body's defense system.
So break it down for me. How does sugar actually affect the immune system?
Well, when you consume a lot of sugar, especially refined sugars, it can actually suppress your immune response. Those white blood cells that fight off infection, sugar, can actually make them less effective at their job.
So it's like sugar is giving a boost to the bad guys and weakening our own defenses. Yikes. That's a bit unsettling.
Yeah, it really highlights the importance of a balanced diet. For overall health, a strong immune system is crucial, not just for warding off colds, but also for protecting us from more serious chronic diseases in the long run.
That makes sense. So it's not just about avoiding the sniffles. It's about supporting long-term health and resilience.
Exactly. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about something I think you'll appreciate. Energy levels. We all know that sugar rush and crash cycle, but these articles suggest that reducing sugar can lead to more sustained energy throughout the day. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I've definitely experienced that roller coaster of energy when I've overindulged in sweets. But I'm curious, how does reducing sugar actually translate to more stable energy?
It comes down to blood sugar regulation. When you eat a lot of sugar, your blood sugar spikes, leading to that burst of energy. But then it plummets, leaving you feeling drained and craving more sugar. By reducing sugar, you help stabilize your blood sugar levels, leading to more consistent energy without those dramatic highs and lows.
So it's about finding a more sustainable way to fuel our bodies. Instead of relying on quick fixes, we're giving ourselves a more steady and reliable source of energy.
Precisely. And that ties into another interesting point raised in the articles: the potential link between sugar reduction and longevity.
Okay, now that's intriguing. How does sugar factor into how long we live?
Well, remember how we talked about sugar being linked to chronic inflammation? Well, that inflammation is a major contributor to aging and age-related diseases. By reducing sugar and lowering inflammation, you're essentially creating a more favorable environment for healthy aging.
So it's not just about looking younger, it's about feeling younger and potentially extending our lifespan. I'm seeing a pattern here. Reducing sugar seems to have a ripple effect, impacting so many different aspects of our well-being.
You're catching on. It really underscores the interconnectedness of our bodies and how seemingly small dietary changes can have a profound impact on our overall health.
Now, all this talk about the benefits of reducing sugar is inspiring, but I have to be honest, looking at the world around us, it seems like sugar is everywhere. How do we actually put this into practice without feeling constantly deprived?
That's a great question. And it's where the rubber meets the road. The key is to start small and make gradual changes. Drastic restrictions often lead to cravings and setbacks.
So baby steps, not giant leaps. I can get behind that. What are some simple swaps we can make in our everyday lives?
One of the biggest culprits is sugary drinks. Swapping soda, juice, and sweetened coffee for water, unsweetened tea, or sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime can make a huge difference.
Those are all great alternatives, and sometimes just adding some fresh fruit to your water can satisfy that craving for sweetness without the added sugar. It's a simple trick, but it works wonders.
Absolutely. And when it comes to snacking, try replacing sugary treats with options that provide protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Things like nuts, seeds, plain yogurt with berries, or even a hard-boiled egg can help keep those sugar cravings at bay.
These are all great tips, but let's be realistic. There are going to be times when we indulge birthdays, holidays, special occasions. It's all part of life.
I completely agree. Depriving yourself entirely can actually backfire, leading to feelings of resentment and eventually derailing your efforts. It's about finding a balance that works for you.
So it's not about being perfect, it's about being mindful and making conscious choices most of the time.
Exactly. And one of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal is knowledge. Become a label detective. You'd be surprised how much hidden sugar is lurking in seemingly healthy foods.
You're so right. It's amazing what you discover when you start paying attention to food labels.
And remember, you don't have to navigate this alone. There's a wealth of resources available to support your journey. Cookbooks, websites, apps, even support groups. There's a whole community out there cheering you on.
It's heartening to know that there's help available when we need it. This deep dive has been eye-opening, not just in terms of the science, but also in realizing that reducing sugar isn't about restriction. It's about making choices that empower us to live healthier and happier lives.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Now, I'm curious to hear more about how we can make these changes stick for the long haul. There must be some strategies and tips that can help us navigate those inevitable challenges and stay on track.
You're absolutely right. There are definitely some tried and true methods that can help us make sugar reduction a sustainable part of our lives. We'll explore those in the final part of our deep dive.
Well, I, for one, am eager to hear more. Stay tuned, folks, because we're about to uncover the secrets to making those sugar-smart choices last a lifetime. Welcome back to our deep dive on sugar reduction. We've covered so much ground already about the impact of sugar on our bodies and minds, but now comes the real challenge. How do we actually make these changes last? I'm ready to put all this knowledge into action.
Yeah, that's the key, right? It's one thing to understand the science, but putting it into practice in our daily lives is where the real transformation happens.
So where do we even begin? It can feel overwhelming to think about overhauling our whole way of eating.
You know, one of the most important things is to ditch that all-or-nothing mindset. Trying to eliminate sugar completely overnight can set you up for cravings and setbacks. Instead, focus on making gradual, sustainable changes. Small steps, big wins. That's the approach to aim for.
I like that. That takes the pressure off, for sure. What are some simple swaps or adjustments we can make without feeling deprived?
Well, a great place to start is with those sneaky sources of added sugar that we often don't even realize are there. Condiments, sauces, salad dressings, those can really add up. Becoming a label reader is key.
You know, I've been trying to be more mindful of that lately, and it's amazing how much sugar is hidden in things you wouldn't expect. It's like a detective game.
Exactly. And once you start paying attention, you can make more informed choices. Maybe swap that sugary ketchup for a lower sugar option. Or try making your own salad dressings at home.
Those are great ideas. And I think it's also important to find healthy alternatives that you actually enjoy. If you hate the taste of something, you're not going to stick with it no matter how good it is for you.
Absolutely. This isn't about suffering or deprivation. It's about finding ways to nourish your body and feel good in the process.
Another thing that's been helpful for me is meal prepping. If I have healthy snacks and meals ready to go, I'm less likely to reach for those sugary temptations when I'm feeling hungry or rushed.
That's a fantastic strategy. Planning ahead can make all the difference when it comes to making healthy choices.
And, sometimes it's not even about willpower. It's about being aware of those environmental triggers that can sabotage our efforts. Like, if I have a bowl of candy sitting on my desk, I'm way more likely to mindlessly snack on it.
Oh, for sure. You're bringing up a really important point. Our environment plays a huge role in shaping our choices. So making those little tweaks to our surroundings can have a big impact on our success.
It's like setting ourselves up for success instead of setting ourselves up for a sugar crash.
Exactly. And remember, we're not in this alone. There are so many resources available to support us on this journey. Don't hesitate to reach out to a nutritionist or health coach for personalized guidance, or connect with online communities for inspiration and support.
It's encouraging to know that there's a whole community of people out there who are going through the same thing.
Absolutely. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, but each step you take towards reducing your sugar intake is a victory. Celebrate those wins, learn from any setbacks, and keep moving forward.
This deep dive has truly transformed my understanding of sugar and its impact on my health. I feel empowered to make sustainable changes that will benefit me for years to come.
That's so wonderful to hear. And remember, this isn't just about deprivation. It's about rediscovering the natural sweetness of life. The sweetness of feeling energized and vibrant, the sweetness of mental clarity and emotional balance, and the sweetness of knowing you're taking control of your health and creating a brighter future.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the fascinating world of sugar reduction. We hope you've gained valuable insights and feel inspired to embark on your own sugar smart journey.
Remember, knowledge is power. Now go forth and conquer those sugar cravings, one mindful choice at a time.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep diving deep.
What are your thoughts about this conversation? What is your personal experience? Please share your comments below. If you have any suggestions of additional interesting topics for the channel, let us know. They will be very welcome. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you would like to be notified about more valuable material that we are gladly preparing for you. Remember to share this video with the family and friends to whom it could be helpful. It is our pleasure to accompany you on the journey to health and growth. See you soon. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.